ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। श्रीन्वत्तं स्वागता कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विद्युनोति सुहृत्सतं नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 22, Prithu Maharaj with the four Kumaras, text 56 and 57. Text number 56. Ajeti adannamadhyeyam Somaraja iva para Suryavat visarjan grunan pratapamscha bhuvo vasu. Synonyms: Raja the king iti thus Adhat took up Namadhyayam of the name Soma Raja, the king of the moon planet, Iva like Apara on the other hand, Suryavat like the sun god, Visarjan distributing, Granan extracting, Pratapan by strong ruling, Cha also Bhuva of the world, Vasu revenue. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Maharaj Prithu became a celebrated a king as Somaraja, the king of the moon. He was also powerful and exacting, just like the sun god, who distributes heat and light and at the same time exacts all the planetary waters. Purport. In this verse, Maharaj Prithu is compared to the kings of the moon and sun. The king of the moon and the king of the sun serve as examples of how the Lord desires the universe to be ruled. The sun distributes heat and light and at the same time extracts water from all the planets. The moon is very pleasing at night, and when one becomes fatigued after a day's labor in the sun, he can enjoy the moonshine. Like the sun god, Prithu Maharaj distributed his heat and light to give protection to his kingdom. For without heat and light, no one can exist. Similarly, Prithu Maharaj extracted taxes and gave such strong orders to the citizens and government that no one had the power to disobey him. On the other hand, he pleased everyone just like the moonshine. Both the sun and the moon have particular influences by which they maintain order in the universe, and modern scientists and philosophers should become familiar with the Supreme Lord's perfect plan for universal maintenance. Text number 57. दुर्दर्शस्तेजस्वाग्निर् महेन्द्रा इव दुर्जया तितिक्षया दरित्रीव द्यायुरिव विष्टदो नृणम्. Synonyms: Durdarsha, unconquerable; Tejasa, by prowess; Iva, like Agni, fire; Maha Indra, the king of heaven; Iva, likened; Durjaya, insuperable; Titikshaya, by tolerance; Dharitri, the earth; Iva, like Vayu, the heavenly planets; Iva, like Abhishta, the fulfilling desires; Runnam, of human society. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Prabhupada ki Jai. Uh, Translation. Maharaj Prithu was so strong and powerful that no one could disobey his orders any more than one could conquer fire itself. He was so strong that he was compared to Indra, the king of heaven, whose power is insuperable. On the other hand, Maharaj Prithu was also as tolerant as the earth, and in fulfilling various desires of human society, he was like heaven itself. Purport. It is the duty of a king to give protection to the citizens and to fulfill their desires. At the same time, the citizens must obey the laws of the state. Maharaj Prithu maintained all the standards of good government, and he was so invincible that no one could disobey his orders any more than a person could stop heat and light emanating from a fire. He was so strong and powerful that he was compared to the king of heaven, Indra. In this age, modern scientists have been experimenting with nuclear weapons, and in a former age, they used to release Brahmastras. But all these Brahmastras and nuclear weapons are insignificant compared to the thunderbolt of the king of heaven. When Indra releases a thunderbolt, even the biggest hills and mountains crack. On the other hand, Maharaj Prithu was as tolerant as the earth itself, and he fulfilled all the desires of his citizens, just like torrents of rain from the sky. Without rainfall, it is not possible to fulfill one's various desires on this planet. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 3.14, Parjanyat Anna Sambhava. Food grains are produced only because rain falls from the sky. And without grains, no one on the earth can be satisfied. Consequently, an unlimited distribution of mercy is compared to the water falling from the clouds. Maharaja Prutu distributed his mercy incessantly, much like rainfall. In other words, Maharaja Prutu was softer than a rose flower and harder than a thunderbolt. In this way, he ruled over his kingdom. Thus end of purport. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते रमापदस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So I humbly bow down and seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas to glorify the Lord so that I can speak a worthwhile. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to purify myself, and please forgive me for any shortcomings or my own misinterpretations or any speculations. Basically, I'm summarizing these words from the purports of these two verses. As we are continuing about the glories of the Maharaj Prithu, we know that the section, this is the last section, that verses 46 to end of 63, after Sanat Kumar has left, the glorification of the Maharaj Prithu again started in the final sections of this chapter. So we are seeing that how Maharaj Prithu acting as a perfect representative of the Supreme Lord in previous verses as well. As we know that he is a Shaktya Avesha avatar and is also called a Naradeva. Naradeva is nothing but the representative of the Lord. So that way, Maharaj Prithu was representing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, always thinking about well-being of the kingdom as a service to the Lord. He never thinks about his personal selfishness, and he never accumulate anything for his own benefit. That's the reason he is called Raja Rishi. So in previous verses also, practically we have seen that Prithu Maharaj offering everything in to Kumaras, and as well, and from that we can say that he is not attached to anything at all. But if you see in the current society, there are a lot of politicians are there in different governments. It will be quite opposite. The modern politics are dead opposite to the scriptural injunctions, and th- the situation is so bad, and we cannot speak about them at all, and we cannot take an example at all. So such a chaotic situation. But uh, when we are practicing and we are remembering, when you are practicing Krishna consciousness and remembering about the God, and we need to think that God has a plan for us. Basically, in general, if you see any parent wants to suffer their children, no. Similarly, Krishna also don't want to suffer us. He has a plan, but we need to think that we have to be patient, and we need to think about the problem, and we need to always focus on the existing, how to exit from the problem. So in that way, it is highly beneficial for us. So first of all, what is the problem means that I don't have the car, I don't have the job, I don't have some family issues. These are not the problems at all. Technically, we need to understand The problem is janma mrityu jara vyadhi. So we are suffering in this world, and because of these four things only. When we are recognizing that these four things are the problem, the birth, death, old age, and disease, then when we focus on this problem, the problem can be resolved. So that's the root cause. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also that even wherever you go in this material world, to the top highest planet to the lower planet, like Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avartino Arjuna Mam Upetya tu Kaunteya Punar Janmana Vidyate. From highest planet to the lowest planet of this material world, all the places are miseries only. Just you will be taking birth and death as a cycle. But when you attend to my abode, O son of Kunti, you never take birth again. So when we focus on this problem, so uh, the things can be mitigated. I mean, like we can go to the king supreme personalities guarded abode. So we need to understand that Lord has a plan, and the Lord executing through different agencies, that so that uh, we need to be patient. So in the purport, Prabhupada is saying that Maharaj Pruthi is compared to the kings of the moon and sun. So basically, the king of the moon and the king of the sun serves an example how the Lord desires and the universe to be ruled. The universe has to be ruled in such a way that citizens gradually becomes Krishna consciousness, so that they will become educated in this process and finally come back to the spiritual world. So this is the primary duty of the king that was Prithu Maharaj executing as per the Lord's desire. But modern government system is not like that. They will provide all the sense gratification activities to the kingdom of the people so that they will be elected every time. Uh, but when coming to the Prithu Maharaj example, that is absolutely is doing his duty and is ensuring everything whatever he can do, and whatever he has to do as a king. And sometimes while executing these duties as a Krishna consciousness personal, for us also few things may not be favorable. uh, so but we need to be tolerant, we need to be patient, and still we need to execute. For example, chanting may not be uh, as a personal, as a Krishna conscious execution, chanting may not be powerful or as equal as every day, sometimes up, sometimes down. So but we need to chant every day 16 rounds. That's our duty as a personal. Similarly, here when coming to the king, king has to taken care about the kingdom of the citizens, and he has to ensure that all the citizens are doing their duties perfectly or not. For example, coming to the brahmanas, they need to maintain the qualities like peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, etc. Similarly, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras as their own duties, and they has to, and king has responsibility to ensure that they are doing their duties, they are following the duties or not. In that way, uh, Maharaj Pruthi is executing his duties, so it is setting an example for us as well, to take the leadership qualities from him. And next in the purport, Prabhupada is describing that sun distributes heat and light at the same time, extract water from all the planets. The sun planet is very powerful. We all know that if one day, if sun is not coming, if sun is not dissipating anything, so we cannot sustain at all. So such sun is such powerful, and so the planet is so powerful that without that we cannot sustain. But where is that power of powerness is coming, that we need to understand that as well. That is purely coming from Lord Krishna only, and sun is acting as a representative of the Lord. Because of the supreme Lord, he can execute, and he is ordering, and he is mounting the wheel of the time. So the Brahma Samhita also says that exactly how he is mounting the wheel of the time. Similarly, next thing, Prithu Maharaj is compared to the sun and moon planets as an example. In the as in context to that, Prithu Maharaj also taking some taxes from the people, from the kingdom, uh, and he is executing and the duties as required. But the collection and everything is doing based upon one's own income and capacity, but there is no forceful, and there is no other second other way, there is no other way at all. But even if you see the modern society right now, there are sincere people who still paying the taxes, but all this money where it is going, nobody knows. uh, and there is no security. There is no, if you see India, um, people, there are most of the people that sincerely paying the taxes, but they are not getting unwritten at all. Like, they cannot send their kids or they cannot send the family members after 8 or 7 p.m. There is no security. And if you see the roads and the climate and etc., it's a lot of chaotic in each and every state, in big cities, especially metropolitan cities. But where is this money going? Nobody knows. The modern politician system, the government system is like that. Nobody is caring about the kingdom of the people. But coming to the Prithu Maharaj example, it's not like that. It's executing and it's setting an example as it is doing everything. From that, uh, we need to understand that we need to take the lessons from them as a Krishna consciousness personal. We need to take that and we need to execute as much as we can. And in the finally, in the text 56, it is saying that modern scientists and philosophers should become familiar with the Supreme Lord's perfect plan. There is a plan, and they need to understand this plan for the maintenance of the universe. They no need to invent all these modern technologies, AI, and that. This are not at all required. As soon as we have the land for the cultivation, agriculture, we can sustain. So these modern activities, whatever they are doing, those are not at all required. Traveling to the moon planet and etc. etc. Those are the few key points we have gathered from text 56. And coming to the 57, so as it is duty of the king that he is giving protection, is taking care of the kingdom. On the other side, we need to, as a citizens, we need to have some responsibility uh, to obey all the rules and regulations in this from the kingdom. So if you see for current example, we are not getting anything, but still we need to be in the mode of goodness. We need to be tolerant and we need to execute all our duties as a patiently. Still we need to take care all the things. We have a families, we have to run the family and etc. So bottom line is that we came to this world as a nothing, and whatever we see daily, like sun, moon, water, etc. In each and every opportunity, we need to look up and think about Krishna, and we need to be thankful, and we need to try to serve Him to the best of our capacity. In that way, we can advance, and we need to try to be in the mode of goodness rather than passion and ignorance, so that we can be improve our brahminical qualities every day. So we won't attach to anything. So our some detachment will come naturally when we follow these qualities, when we do our sadhana nicely. So in that context, uh, our desires may be minimized, and we will receive the mercy to progress in Krishna consciousness. So these are the key points which I have gathered in both these verses. And I will stop here, and thanks for the opportunity for giving today for my purification. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. Vancha kalpatarabhuscha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo